Messy gang on the tube, Hoes watching they moves, I said it's messy. Queen of the gossip, queen of the gossip.
Hey, what's poppin', everybody? It's your girl Drizzy. Welcome back to Drizzy Radio. Plus, we talk about celebrity gossip, celebrity news, daily topics. If you're new here, kindly don't leave without subscribing. If you're a return subscriber, I want to say special shout out to you. Let's get straight into some things. So, yesterday, I showed you the clip of when Priscilla's mother was talking about how Priscilla's dad was the one who walked Prissy down the aisle despite them not married, okay? And she also talked about how it was very important to make sure that she don't let what she had going on in the past with Prissy's dad to hinder the relationship that Prissy have with the dad, include allowing the dad to be the one to walk the daughter down the aisle. I also told you how there are some women, just because of what happened with their exes, okay, decide that they will be the one to walk their daughters down the aisle. Again, I repeat, maybe the stories are different, maybe the forgiving system, okay, it's different, but yeah, you live your story for you. You don't do things based on what others did, yeah? You can only take the advice, but you decide on which ones to use and which one to toss aside, right? From that topic, she talked about some other topics which we're going to talk about. But Prissy's mother herself, okay, Yabo posted on her Instagram the clip, okay, with this caption. Posted with the caption saying in a quote, he reposted the caption says in a quote, some conversations entertain, others leave a lasting impact, with of course love emoji with grace, honesty and audacity. Iyabo Ojo share powerful insight that remind us why her voice continue to restore with many, so many. This is one of the conversation you don't want to escape. Okay, Let me play you a little bit of that clip here.
Single mother like a man don't look at happy don't you?
Sex has a lot to do in a woman's glove.
Okay. We tell you once you're a single mother, you are good for nothing. Nobody can support you. You cannot remarry. Your kids will turn out horrible. But you smash that. How does that make you feel though?
It makes me feel very great and happy and fulfilled.
Okay, so let's start there. Of course, these are some of the highlights to the main interview, but we're going to get into them. Of course, they ask her about her glow. You all know that she looked younger. If you look at her with Prissy, you would think they're sisters. And of course, she said sex, if you know what I mean. That is what is keeping her looking that glowing and still young. And she was also asked about, the stereotype with single mother. When you're a single mother, people always have this stigma that your kids will turn up horrible, your kids will probably even will not get married just like you, because they believe that you are a bad apple. So whatever you have going on is what will follow your kids. And to see that, Yabo's kids are excelling in the different areas. Yabo has talked about this in the past, of where he is saying things like he had to go through a lot to make sure that her kids never go through what she went through. She also said that she's very, very happy of how her children turned out to be. You guys, you can go and watch that entire interview. It's on YouTube. Let's listen to some more. Of course, she was also asked about her activism. That has been one of the reasons why she has picked a lot of enemies. What will she do with it? Is this something that she's planning to continue doing? Or now, she feel like she want to back off a little bit. And this was her answer.
I have really piped down low because of my grandson now. Priscilla is married now. When you're fighting the opposite side, they're going to come up with different false allegations against you. Yeah. And I wouldn't want her to be going through any stress. But if the need be for me to speak up, I will.
Did you do a move or did you go and do it?
Yes, so.
Did you? Hey guys, so Iyabo talked about how she has backed off a little bit, but if need be, that she should talk about something like, for example, with her talk about some things which were going in Nigeria. But she also said that the real reason why she's back off a little bit is because now she's a grandmother, and of course Prissy is married, and she doesn't want to add stress into Prissy. You know what I'm saying? If you have something to lose, sometimes it's just good to pick your battles. You know what I'm saying? There are people who are on this planet, they have nothing to lose. Fighting with people like that is very dangerous. But when you know that you have something to lose, sometimes it's just good to, if it's really, really necessary, and if it's really, really worth it, and if you really know that if you get into some spaces, it will not affect the people that you care about, then you'll do it. But if you know that is at expense, because people will always see the bad of you. Okay, Jesus was on planet Earth. He was the perfect man to ever walk on planet Earth, but they still judged him. They still, said the most about him. So personally, I believe if you feel like you really want to do it because you want to do it. But again, if you feel like it will affect the people around you, it's good to just choose your battles. Of course, you all know it was becoming dangerous. There was threats. There were letters which were being sent. And of course, I think it also have to do with, us African people, how we like to present ourselves a certain way before our in-laws. I think also that might be attributes to that you don't want your in-law to look at you a certain way. You are now a mother-in-law, you are a grandmother, and there is a certain way you're supposed to contain yourself. Yeah. Anyway, tell me how you all feel about it down in the comment section. Personally, I think that is what it have to do with that, because the topic was about, being an African woman to the core, and that's one of the things that I see African women. There's a way we're supposed to be with your in-laws. Anyway, not to embarrass your daughter. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, tell me how y'all feel about it down in the comment section. The more I learn about Yabo as a person, because we really did not know about her in East Africa, we're getting to know about her. But every time I listen to her speak, I now see why Prissy turned out to be the way she is in terms of the intellect. Like, she's the type of a person who can speak sense. Don't know those people who just speak for the sake of speaking. Even when you go somewhere, you wouldn't want them even to open their mouth. But this is one person. When you go with someone, you are able to say, can you say your mind? And you know that you will not be embarrassed. Yeah, that is the able for you. Anyway, tell me how you feel about it down in the comment section. Please don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and comment. Follow me on IG at Drizzy_radio. And of course, don't forget to like the video. It's very important. That is one way or another of you helping or supporting the channel. Okay, keep it classy. See you on the next one. Ciao.